Hey food fans, this is Chef Razi and welcome to Razi's Food Library. This channel is all about food, fire, flavor and a little bit about history. On this channel we'll be making classic recipes from all around the world and we'll be trying to make it as authentic as possible. Today we'll be making Chicken Tikka Masala, a mouth-watering dish with succulent chicken and creamy gravy. Let's gather the ingredients. For this, we'll require 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, 6 pieces cardamom, 2 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, 7 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1 cinnamon stick, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 1 teaspoon star anise, 1 tablespoon of fennel seeds, 3 dried red chilies. And now for the star of the show, the chicken. 800 grams of fresh chicken, 1 cup of yogurt, 3 tomatoes, 1 cup coriander leaves, 1 onion, and 1 lemon. As for the oil, you can use regular vegetable oil, but I prefer to use olive oil infused with garlic and red chili flakes for that extra layer of flavor. So, now that we have all the ingredients, let's talk a little about the history of this dish. Modern historians believe that this dish originated from Glasgow, Scotland. A Bangladeshi chef made this recipe because a customer complained that his chicken was a bit too dry. The chef added creamy tomato soup to chicken tikka and voila, chicken tikka masala was made. While some people agree, others contest that the dish was made in the royal kitchens of the Mughal Empire. The Mughals, who were descendants of Genghis Khan and Tamerlane, were heavily influenced by the Persians, the Mongols and the Turkic culture. The Mughals were connoisseurs of music, poetry, art, architecture and food. Most of their buildings have stood the test of time and remain a testament to their greatness. And like their buildings, the food that came out of the Mughal kitchens are classic works of art that have spread around the world. From the streets of Delhi, to the streets of Lahore, to Bangladesh, to UK, to the US and Japan, the Mughlai cuisine has spread around the world. With that being said, let's get cooking. We start off by roasting the spices in an unoiled pan. Add the coriander seeds. Add fennel seeds. Make sure that the heat is medium. We're not burning the spices, we're just gonna toast them lightly. Add cumin seeds. Stir it a bit so that it gets this nice fragrance and this golden brown color. We're not going for completely brown, but just a little bit of touch of golden color. Add the peppercorns. Add star anise. Add the cinnamon sticks. Add the cardamom and the red chilies. Add the bay leaves and just stir it a bit. You see, this is the color that we're looking for. It's not dark, it's just a hint of golden brown and it's toasted. And you'll actually smell the flavor. I mean, you'll smell this aroma of the spices when it's toasted. It's amazing. I wish you could have the smell-o-vision. Alright then, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grind these spices in a mortar and pestle. You can even do this in your food processor. You can just use a coffee grinder and grind these spices, but I'd like to go the classical way and grind it in a mortar and pestle, and so that that flavor comes out. You grind it till it's a coarse powder. We're not looking for a very fine powder. It should be a little bit coarse, because what we're going to do is we're going to use this particular powder to marinate the chicken. So it's good if it could be a bit coarse and not very fine powder. Now we're just gonna peel the ginger and garlic. Just give it a whack and the peel comes out. It's very easy. Just give the ginger and garlic a rough chop, and that's about it. But what we're gonna do here now is save half the quantity. We're gonna use half of the quantity in the mortar and pestle, and we're gonna use it with the spices to marinate, and the other one we'll be frying it with the onion to make the gravy for the chicken tikka masala. But for the marinade, we're just going to use half the quantity of the ginger and the garlic, put it in the mortar and pestle or in your food processor, add a bit of olive oil once you've coarsely ground the spices, the toasted spices, and then add the ginger and garlic and bring it all together. I know the mortar and pestle, it's a lot of work, but believe me, the flavors that come out of this are amazing. I don't know why, but I don't know the science of it, but the mortar actually brings out this flavor in the spices. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the lemon and give it a good mix. Setting aside the roasted spices, now we're gonna work on the chicken, cut it up into pieces, and what I would like to suggest is use organic chicken or farm fresh chicken or any fresh chicken. Make sure that you cut it yourself into 8 pieces, or you can ask your butcher to do it as well, but make sure it's in 8 pieces, and don't go for these bigger chickens. Don't go for anything above a kg after they're processed. They should be anything below 800 or 900, maximum 900 grams. I would also like to suggest here that you get your chicken from a farm or somewhere where they farm chickens responsibly. It's very important that we go for more fresh rather than frozen chicken. Also, we'll be cutting it into 8 pieces because this is without the wings, of course, because we need to keep these pieces a bit fairly bigger, because what we're gonna later do is grill this chicken. We'll be doing it on the coal. You can grill it in a pan, or you could even fry it. Also, make sure that if you're using your hands, that you don't touch any other dishes or vessels, and make sure you wash your hands with soap so that we don't spread salmonella and E. coli. It's fairly easy to cut up a chicken. Use a sharp knife always. A dull knife and you're gonna cut yourself up. Use the 8 pieces, 8 to 10 pieces, including the chicken wings, and leave the backbone or the spine for making stock. You can make it to use soups, or you could add the stock in gravy, or you could cook rice in the stock, and that gives an excellent flavor to the rice. Usually what I always do is I almost always cook my rice with chicken stock or lamb stock or beef stock, something like that. That gives it a very, very nice flavor. Now we're gonna add the curd yogurt to the marinade. What we've done now is all the roasted spices we've mixed to the chicken, and just massage it in so that it goes into every crevice and corner of the chicken, and it marinates it completely. What we're gonna do here now is marinate the chicken for at least 3 or 4 hours along with the spices. Add a bit of salt, preferably sea salt. Because we're using the classical recipe, I'm using a clay earthen pot. Add the garlic and chili flakes infused olive oil to the pot, and get the oil hot on medium heat. After that, what we're going to do is add the diced onions. Just give it a rough chop and add it to the pot, along with the ginger and garlic. If you remember, we had saved half of the quantity of the ginger and garlic. Half was in the marinade and half goes with the onion into the pot. And we're looking for this golden brown color. After it's this golden brown color, we're gonna add tomatoes. Dice up the tomatoes into little cubes and add it to the pot, and just let it simmer for a bit. The tomatoes will release some water and it will become this dry paste. We're not looking for a completely dry paste, but a little bit dry. After 4 hours of marination of the chicken, just add it to a grilling pan or to a frying pan, or in this case we're adding it on the coal, so that we get this nice flavor of charcoal. We're not going to cook it for a very long time. We're just going to cook it for 5 minutes, 6-7 minutes maximum. We're just looking for it to be seared from the outside and give it this nice smoky flavor. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give it this nice smoky flavor that will be infused with the gravy. What I've also done here is I've used lump charcoal. I haven't gone for briquettes or that artificial coal. I've gone for actual lump wood charcoal, so it gives a very nice flavor. What we've now done is, after we've grilled the chicken or fried it, we'll add it to the pot with the tomato paste and also the balance marinade from the chicken. We'll add it to the pot with the tomatoes, with the onions and the garlic, and the marinade and the chicken, and we'd all bring it together and let it cook for a couple of minutes. So now we're gonna add a cup of water. I actually added the water to the remaining marinade and added it to the pot, so that we're not wasting any marinade. That's all flavor. And like I said at the beginning of this video, this is all about food, fire and flavor. We're gonna cover the pot and cook it for 15 to 20 minutes, and once that's done, we'll add some chopped coriander leaves. Give it a good mix. And we're gonna add butter. You can either add ghee, clarified butter, or just regular unsalted butter. And then you're gonna add cream. This is not one of those diet foods, so sorry about that, but because this is the original recipe, and they did add ghee or cream, and they made it rich. This was usually supposed to be a very royal dish, meant for royalty in the Mughal kitchens. It was usually served to the Nawabs, who were the vassal kings, or the emperor. Now what we're going to do is add some rose water. It gives this amazing fragrance, and we're going to add some natural honey. We're not going to add a lot of honey because we're not making it sweet. We're just going to add a little bit of earthy flavors in honey, so it gives a very nice, a little hint of sweetness, but not too much. And now we're going to add some tomato paste to the mix. 3 teaspoons only, not much. We've already added 3 tomatoes, so now what we're going to do is just add these 3 teaspoons of tomato paste, and we're going to bring it all together and cover it and cook it for another 10 minutes. At this point, you could check for salt to your liking. What we did is we added salt to the mix, and to our taste you could add 2 teaspoons or 3 teaspoons of salt here, and we're ready. Our chicken tikka masala is ready. You can have this with plain white rice or naan bread. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel. And until next time, happy eating!